You call it Tell the Truth Monday. Explain what that is to the viewers.
Yeah, I think this is a really important time. I want the viewers to know why we do it, what we do, because really getting to the truth of it, of the game, of the performance, win or loss, and never running from that truth, that's a really important process. So the first thing that we do, meet all as a group, and we talk about a lot of the things that we really take into our winning. And so that's the turnover margin, takeaways versus giveaways, our tackling margin, how many missed tackles versus how many tackles we broke. We get into penalties, that same margin, starting field position, and the last one for us is explosive plays, how many they had, we had. So we kind of think of it, Chick, like a head-to-head, what happens in those big 5 categories. Then we show a lot of the plays that were good or bad, ones we wanted to teach. And no sacred cows, no plays we're not going to show.
Right.
Everything's there, and that's the standard for the whole team, coaches included. Not to say that every play or call that we have is on point either. So what you want to make sure you do is get to the lessons. And by telling the truth, you get to those lessons, and then you get to apply them for the week. Then once you're done with that game, you go from the big unit meeting, the team meeting, into the unit, offensively, defensively, special teams, more breakdown, and then into your own position, really refining the skills, the performance, where you're at, the play time, the situation. And so after you get done that, then you can clear that game. And then you get ready to move on to the next. So it's an important process every week, win or lose. Get to the truth of it, Tell the Truth Monday. And it's a really important day, because if you BS yourself or don't hear it, you're not going to get the lesson that you needed for that day or something you need to emphasize for the next week.
I know for the fans out there, it's Don't Panic Monday, because, online, which you don't pay attention to, smart man, it's insane out there because they've been starving for something.
Yeah, they love it so much, and I get that.
That's true. So when you look back at the film, I watched, I was there, and I saw a lot of missed tackles, and as a guy who, you've been teaching these guys for months, they've been tackling for years. It had to be disappointing to see that. Effort's not the right word. The outcome of what was going on there.
Yeah, because you want your identity to come through, and that gets forged in the tough times, not in the easy moments. And when I said, doing hard stuff with good people.
Good edit on you, by the way.
That's not in OTAs, and that's not in training camp. It's now. And having gone through tough days, tackle as well, plays well on third down on either side. Those are the things that you look back on later and say, that game, that was tough. That's where we had to fight through together and get things right. And so not tackling or play as well as we want to on third down, that to me is where, okay, that's part of Tell the Truth Monday. And that was this week's biggest part.
Right. Well, part of it is you got players, you look at Emmanuel Forbes, who clearly to the naked eye is struggling right now as far as just making the play. He grabbed the kid's face mask because he got beat. How do you approach a guy like that and get him, he's got skills. How do you get him to where you want him to be?
Yes, for Emmanuel, for any of his teammates, to make sure you look at the entire game. What'd you like? What would we do different? And then you put in things during the week to say, all right, what specifically are you going to work on this Wednesday, this Thursday, this Friday, heading into the next performance to make sure you're aligning your game exactly like you want. So we call it a work on, Chick. Hey, this is what you saw, this is what happened in the game, this is what I'm going to work on during practice. And if you do that over and over again, you keep refining it, that's how you get the improvement.
Right. I know it was disappointing. One of the positives, though, is your young quarterback who, when you look back at the tape, what did you see?
Yeah, I think number one, we knew this going in, but this is a guy who's got great poise. And going through the progressions, where to go, where to look. He's an absolutely rare competitor. And the things that I did know is when those opportunities that we may have missed, those are ones we're not going to miss very often.
Right.
And that's what I'm looking to see. It was a tough blitzing, good defense to go. So for his first outing to go against a good, tough unit, I thought that's exactly the type of environment you want to put him in a tough spot against tough people. And he did not blink.
One of the guys you mentioned in your press conference last night, B-Rob, Brian Robinson, your eyes kind of lit up. Now you got one big play called back because the referee seeing eye dog was still stuck in the back. I'm not sure what that was.
I'll let you get in trouble for that one.
Yeah, I can get in trouble.
You don't get in trouble.
I won't. I won't get fined because OZ, not quite a clip there when you turn your back, but that's okay. But he is a weapon in so many different ways.
Yeah, and I think that's what people are finding out, not just carrying the ball. And so his ability in the pass game with him and Austin together, that's a hell of a 1-2 punch. And both of them made big plays in the pass game. Not all of them were down the field. So the catch and run ability for those two was on full display. And B-Rob absolutely illustrates what we're looking for as a commander: the toughness, the finishing, the physicality, the play style. It was on full display.
I asked you last night at the end of the press conference, would you bring a kicker in? You have made a move today. Cade York is now gone, missed 2 field goals, kicked 1 out of bounds. You're bringing in Austin Seibert as your new kicker. Have you ever been through this before? 5 kickers this early in the season?
You know, we haven't, but what I can say is, like, it kind of speaks to we're not going to back off competing in any part of this program, any part. We have really high standards for how we want to do things, and if they're not being met, then we're going to address them. And so the team deserves it, the fans deserve it, and so we're going to keep competing and keep battling and keep finding any edge, Chick, to get to. And so we're looking forward to Austin getting here. We had the chance to see him at practice, and you did as well when we were up in New Jersey. He kicked him all the way through in the rain when we were up there, so I certainly remember that. And I'm looking forward to getting him here and getting started with him, and we're ready to get to work with him.
And we'll see you next Monday after a division game against the Giants. Home.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. We're really pumped to get the division underway. And to have it at home here with this crowd, with our fans, like, this team is going to be lit, and we're ready to show them that identity. We didn't get to fully express that in the way that we had. That's some of the disappointment that we carry with us today, is that we didn't play in that commander style that we've been talking about. You've seen it at practice, some of the preseason games, and so for us not to have that on display, fully formed, was disappointing for us. And so we have to own that. We will own that, and we're looking forward to making sure, like, we put that on tape. On the field this Sunday afternoon.
Thanks for the time. That is the head coach of the Washington Commanders, Dan Quinn. That is episode number 1 of Tell the Truth Monday. 1 of 17, could be more. He says more.